Welcome to today's Explainer. We're going to jump straight in with a pretty crucial question, one that honestly challenges everything we know about protective styles. What is really hiding under there? I mean, for years, things like braids, wigs, and sew-ins have been totally celebrated for their beauty and convenience, right? But what if the exact thing meant to protect your hair is actually hiding a foundation that's literally crying out for help? Today, we're diving deep into the science and the absolute luxury of the three-step pre-install scalp reset. We're totally shifting our focus away from basic hair maintenance and shining a huge spotlight on the absolute foundation of hair health, which is your scalp. By the end of this explainer, you're going to see exactly why treating your scalp with the same precision as your daily facial skincare routine is the ultimate secret to protective style wellness. Here's a quick look at our agenda for today. We'll uncover the hidden scalp layer, rethink the DIY detox, master that three-step scalp reset, look at recovering stressed edges, and finally, lock in that fresh install feeling. All right, Section 1, the hidden scalp layer, or what actually happens beneath the surface. So when your scalp is covered up for weeks at a time, this hidden layer of what we call silent accumulators starts building up. We're talking about a literal greenhouse effect happening under there. Daily sweat, natural sebum, heavy wig glues, and trapped environmental impurities. Now, combine all of that with synthetic hair, really tight installs, and wear cycles that go on for a month or more, your scalp isn't just covered at that point, it's suffocating. We've all felt that desperate need to aggressively pat our weave when it starts to itch, right? Well, just shampooing it all away at the end of the month, that's simply not going to cut it anymore. The core philosophy we're looking at from ToxiTress today is incredibly simple. You absolutely must detox the foundation before you ever apply a new style. That means prioritizing your scalp prep over literally everything else in your routine. Not after the damage is done, and definitely not after the irritation kicks in. We're talking before everything. Moving on to Section 2, rethinking the DIY detox and the evolution of protective style care. You know, for the longest time, we've relied on those messy, traditional sink detoxes. You know the ones, soaking in a basin full of baking soda and apple cider vinegar. And sure, while that breaks down the grime, that harsh baking soda completely strips your natural pH, drying out your hair and scalp if you do it more than just a couple times a year. Today, we're evolving. We're upgrading to a clean, highly intentional Sephora-level prep ritual that gives you that exact same deep clean, just without the mess, the soaking, or the awful moisture stripping. We really need to start treating the scalp exactly like a clean canvas for makeup. A perfect hairstyle absolutely demands a fully prepared reset foundation. Think about it. You would never apply an expensive foundation over unwashed skin, so why are we installing expensive hair over a neglected scalp? You have to detox first, then install. Which brings us right to our main focus today, Section 3, the three-step scalp reset. This is where scientific detox meets luxury skincare. To actually prep your scalp successfully, the ToxiTress system uses three very intentional pillars: detox, prep, and finish. Let's break down the science behind this complete three-step survival kit to make sure every single layer of buildup is removed, conditioned, and totally rebalanced. Okay, step 1 is the extract mineral cleanse. This uses specific mineral ingredients like bentonite clay, kaolin clay, and activated charcoal to lift the absolute most stubborn residue, all without drying out your skin. And this isn't some harsh chemical scrub, it's a super relaxing 10 to 15 minute pre-install masking ritual. It literally acts like a magnet, drawing out heavy metals, trapped sebum, and all those stubborn chemical residues left behind by your styling products and synthetic hair. It's really the ultimate deep clean that actually respects your skin's barrier. Moving right along to step 2, this one is all about replacing lost moisture with a residue-conscious, super lightweight botanical formula. Because once your scalp is completely detoxed, you've got to condition it. The Purify Oil Elixir is specifically designed to support scalp comfort right before you head into those long wear cycles. Because let's face it, if you just add heavy, greasy fillers to a freshly cleaned scalp, you're literally starting the buildup cycle all over again before your braids are even finished. Finally, step 3 tackles that irritated, inflamed scalp you're left with after tension and harsh products. Think about what happens right after a takedown. Your scalp is so stressed out. The Restored Botanical Infusion uses this brilliant mix of green tea, chamomile, and apple cider vinegar powder. This botanical pH reset complex instantly calms inflammation and refreshes your scalp's natural pH, finishing off the perfect reset ritual and creating this wonderfully harmonious environment for your next style. All right, Section 4. Recovering stressed edges and protecting those fragile hairlines.
So even with a beautifully reset scalp, the perimeter of your hair faces its own totally unique set of battles. Because our edges are so incredibly fragile, this specific area requires specialized care that's totally separate from the rest of the scalp. Your edges are constantly bearing the brunt of your styling. Whether it's the aggressive tension of tight braids or the heavy chemical nature of wig glues, our hairlines are under nonstop daily stress that can lead to thinning and breakage so incredibly fast.
4 to 6 weeks. That's the amount of consistent daily nourishment it takes to see visible recovery when you're rescuing those thinning edges. Healing definitely doesn't happen overnight. According to the source material on the Edge Repair Pen, it takes 4 to 6 weeks of dedicated, everyday application to really see results and bring those fragile hairlines back to life. And to be clear, we aren't just talking about your grandmother's heavy hair grease here. We're talking about a highly concentrated, lightweight botanical blend. Things like pumpkin seed oil, green coffee bean oil, rosemary extract, plus castor and argan oils. When you put them all together, they provide the exact natural remedies and targeted nourishment those thinning edges need to effectively recover from severe tension and glue damage. Which brings us to our final section, Section 5, the fresh install feeling. Let's talk about scent as self-care. Think about it for a second. How does your routine actually make you feel? The Velvet Clean experience completely transforms the chore of hair maintenance into an addictive, luxurious self-care moment. It uses this highly intentional blend of orange, lavender, vanilla, and sandalwood, so it's not just some basic odor neutralizer, right? It's an editorial scent designed to make the whole process feel as elevated and calming as a premium day at the spa. The ultimate goal here is to maintain that confident, fresh install feeling from day 1 all the way to day 30. We all know that trapped moisture and sweat under a sew-in or a wig can eventually lead to those damp odors. Well, the psychology behind the scent profile is to actively mask those trapped odors so your hair continues to smell clean, fresh, and honestly, expensive. It delivers a major boost of confidence for the entire wear cycle. The future of hair care is definitely shifting, guys. We can't just keep layering products on top of old buildup. A strong foundation relies entirely on what you intentionally remove first. It's simple. Clean scalp, better installs, stronger foundation. So think about the silent buildup sitting under your style right now. Before you sit in that stylist chair again, I want you to ask yourself, are you just going to cover it up? Or will you give your hair the clean canvas it truly deserves? Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. Stay curious and please treat your scalp well.